Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason. Here I am at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. It is May the 8th, 2024, and this is the report for May the 8th through May the 14th. Let's jump right into it. The sun is going crazy. Um, been super active this week. The sun not only has been flaring all week since last week's report, some CMEs have been Earth directed, although glancing below. So if you sort of felt that sort of anxious feeling, that sort of charge in the air over the last week, that would have been the reason. The Earth's magnetic field during the pole shift, is getting weaker or protecting us less and or filtering out less. Protecting less sounds bad, like we're all going to die, but like filtering out less, so more cosmic energy comes in and the little things that have been normal are more intense. And so if you sort of felt over the last week a little bit more intense through that solar activity, that's, I say it's normal, it's the new normal. So welcome to the planet. And just overnight, maybe even early this morning, the sun kicked off an X-class solar flare, long duration with a CME, coronal mass ejection, right? So there is debris heading towards Earth. Don't know how fast it's going yet, so pay attention to your solar channels that you pay attention to and see when that might be an impact. If I'm gonna guess, probably Friday, but we'll sort of see. And then there are two coronal holes, north and south, little ones. But those are about Earth facing. Should be today, maybe tomorrow. And so those are that sort of compression stuff. And when those magnetically lock with the Earth, right, when they come in Earth facing, they make a connection. Those cause a little bit of compression and an uptick in earthquake activity, right? So all of the solar activity, if you have cardiac issues, those might be increased or triggered. If you have mood disorders or spectrum disorders, not to call them disorders, but if you're doing that and these can trigger that. If you have chronic disease like a lupus or something like that, these can cause flare ups when these things are happening. So just sort of pay attention if you're feeling a little under it or sideswiped by it, that the energy is indeed intense and it's all happening at once and there is less protection, right? So it's like going out into the sun with less sunscreen and you have sensitive skin. So pay attention to that, act accordingly, plan accordingly. Staying inside is not really going to help, right? Because it's a cosmic thing. It's not like you get to get in the shade and everything's fine. Uh, I don't know any of you who thought that, but just in case you were, the staying inside is not necessarily going to help. We are also currently still in Taurus season, right? So this energy that's uh, careening down from the cosmos is going into our physical form, right? And it has an alchemical makeup to it. And so when we are in certain solar signs, that goes with certain locations on the body, right? The Taurus is usually, we have Aries up here, then Taurus down here, which is the back of the skull, base of the skull, kind of around where the polyvagal nerve cluster goes into the occipital. And so that's really the manifesting or the alignment of all of your spiritual ideas being put in physical form to for you as a physical being to create them in this now. So you might be feeling a lot of energy in the back of the neck. It might even be, if you're one of the people that move energy quite a bit, it might even start be moving into the next sign, which isn't until the 23rd, but it's just a couple weeks away. And that's Gemini. And so Gemini is going to be associated with spinal fluids and spinal cord. So that might be traveling down from the base of the neck into the shoulders and maybe even to the sort of what would feel like the top of the shoulders or the center of the shoulder blades. If you're getting tension and stuff like that there, that is something to sort of pay attention to. And currently there's only one retrograde, but it's a big slash little retrograde because it's a little planet. Pluto's currently in retrograde. And so with all this extra energy, fatigue might be a natural occurrence of that, but also the retrograde of Pluto really is this sort of slowdown, this sluggish feeling, right? Because it moves so slow. You can't feel me somewhere. Moves so slow way out there at the edge of the solar system, and so that feeling of sluggishness might be with you And that sluggishness feeling, if you are experiencing it, uh, good news, bad news. It's going to be here till October. Is going to be the Pluto retrograde. Um, but really, one of the main things that should be occurring during the Pluto retrograde is your physical body is going to start to embody more of your spirit, right? So this is a shift of everything that you want, everything that you believe, everything that sort of come to pass as you've done some spiritual work on yourself is going to start to be in your physical form, right? And so that might cause or urge diet change, exercise change, or you might just have sort of weird shiftings in your body, like you feel tall or your eyes feel wide, or right. So these spiritual changes will start to take on physical form, and that's also going to sort of help you pay attention to those that are doing the spiritual work in whatever their spiritualness will start to be physically embodied. So you might be able to see people that are in various stages of physical and spiritual development. So just a heads up for that. Like I said, that's going to be retrograde until October, which leads us into Wednesday today. Um, Today, Wednesday, we are still in the new moon energy. Yesterday and today, or uh, you know, the 48 hours around the new moon, even if the sliver is beginning to show in your neck of the woods on your side of the planet, we're still in that new moon energy. And new moon energy is really about a lot about the Pluto retrograde. It's about showing up in real life, not just spiritual life, right? So a lot of times when we get on the spiritual development kick, it's really hard to be or manifest or do or act upon that, right? People won't understand why we're acting that way because it's a spiritual development. How does your current life withstand or invite spiritual connection? All those kinds of things can be not an issue, but a thing, right? And so this new moon energy is really about how do we show up physically in our spiritual form. So a lot of these energies are synchronizing and chopping down some things that don't need to be there and kind of forcing you to be in this physical reality as a spiritual being. And Jupiter, if you're feeling that sluggishness from Pluto in the retrograde, Jupiter is going to be supplying you with energy, large planet, big energy, to sort of keep acting with that. And anything with those combination of energies that you might want to start, that you want to last for a while, you might want to at least uh, do the first act of writing that down, starting a journal about it, putting it on your vision board, or if you already have gotten to those points or those are things that are not to be done. Oh my God, I skipped a page. Things that are not to be done. I thought I lost the whole page. Things that are not to be done, that you want to go ahead and do those now, right? And act upon the things that you've been planning on. And they'll have longevity, right? So if you're looking like, oh, I want to start this and you want the business to last, or you want to move to a new house and you want it to be your forever home, right? Uh, do that kind of stuff today, and the energy will sort of help you lock that in. I just skipped a page. There was a blank page in between. No big deal. Leads us into tomorrow, Thursday, May the 9th. It's going to be a 22 mastery date, right? And so 5 9 2024 adds up to 22. And of course, that is adding to the energy of you having the power to change, to do all these things, to physically manifest this spiritual self that you are. Um, and then I said a lot today. I'll say every time now. Mercury is really going to be helping enable action on the Thursday, the 22 Master Day, May the 9th. And the thing that Mercury is really insisting upon, though, is efficiency, right? So if you can say it in 3 words, don't say it in 10. If you can do, this is kind of like the Mercury's encouraging you to be actively lazy. Don't do extra work. Do just what needs to be done, but do what needs to be done, right? Don't embellish it. Just you're looking for completion and action on Thursday. Um, yeah. which after all that action and all this intensity, Friday, May the 10th, you really want to sort of you really want to move into your vision for relaxation. Just relax, chill, let it all, like, what did you do? Reevaluate, what did you not get done, right? But since you started it on that Wednesday and you used the power of the Thursday, Friday moving into the weekend, take a big breather, moves you into Saturday. Your let's see, what did I write here? My handwriting is a little crazy. Your inner world reaches more into your outer world. Yeah, so Saturday, you're going to start to see that the outer world can accept, can understand, is asking for your spiritual self to be there. And if you're sort of unclear on purpose, purpose can become clear. Like, hey, I'm doing all this stuff, but why? What do you really want to do? Right? Is it financial stability? Is it to be in love? Is it to raise good kids? Um, but like, what, what's the grand scheme? Why are you here? What's your purpose? Which is what everybody's searching for. And a lot of times, purpose is relationship and action, right? So actively connect people in a spiritual, uplifting way and take action on things that cause that to happen more often. uh, start a video about what people should be doing with their lives. A YouTube channel. Leads us into Sunday, May the 12th. It is Mother's Day in the US, at least. Pretty sure it's just the US that celebrates Mother's Day on that day. Not that other countries and places don't have Mother's Day, but Sunday, May the 12th is Mother's Day here. First Mother's Day without mom. Oh, a little bit verklempt about that. But also, the good news, it is yours truly's birthday, May 12th. Ooh. Jason's going to be super not 50 years old yet. I'll be 48 on Sunday. And so the energy of Sunday, besides all Mother's Day and stuff like that, you really, when we sort of celebrate things like mothers, you really want to contemplate the divine feminine, right? Which creates the space for life to happen in, right? So, what kind of space are you creating for your life to happen in, right? And so that could be, is your house clean or dirty? Is it ordered or messy? Is your car clean or dirty? Is it ordered or messy, right? What kind of environment are you creating to embody the life you're trying to live? That would be the energy of Sunday to sort of figure that out. Um, yeah, Sunday's a big day. And then Monday the 13th. Oh yeah. I was like, that's a big thing happening. Monday the 13th, we have the post shadow of Mercury retrograde, right? So all that stuff that happened during Mercury retrograde, which I keep hearing in the shop was very intense for lots of people. All of that stuff should be tied up. You should sort of figure out where you're going, or where you're not going, at least, right? All the communication and issues and people and life paths, where am I going, what am I doing, should sort of have a bow tied on it, right? And you should have new conversations, right? So if you're thinking about this is an email chain, and you keep, the email chain is this, and everybody keeps following up, and what about this and what about that, this is the time to start a new email chain, to start a new conversation. That is Monday the 13th. This could be personal, this could be business, this could be romantic, this could be platonic. Just start a new conversation and move with that energy. And then Tuesday, the 14th of May, Tuesday the 14th, you might be really experiencing the physicality of all of this energy coming in, right? And so whether that's a little bit achy, a little bit spacey, a little bit just like falling asleep on the couch after work when you're not planning to, just that sort of fatigue, right, of the physical form, right? Because all this energy is going through it. Take your time, breathe through it, meditate through it, sleep through it. Sleeping isn't bad. You're not missing anything while you sleep. So if you are continually doing spiritual work and you find yourself on Tuesday the 14th, especially just tired, go to sleep. It's okay. The body, especially now when it's starting to embody the spiritual thing, the body's telling you just go ahead, take a rest, but come back the next day with the same mental acuity of your spiritual being doing spiritual things into the physical world, and you're here to connect and love, and then you'll be okay. That leads us to the end of our report. I will be gone, so the report on the 15th might be rogue of me in the woods somewhere. I'll be gone. The shop will be closed. So if you're looking to come to the shop or book an appointment, appointments are always easier to book online. I know I still get a lot of calls about people wanting to book appointments, and sometimes that's fine when I'm around, but most of the appointments have been uh, anyway. I haven't been around, so go to dimensionscrystals.com if you want to book an energy session, a breathwork session. Uh, Also, there if you just want to send an email to the shop, ask questions about the report, newdimensionscrystals.com. But the shop will be closed the 9th through the 17th. So if you're looking to do any kind of retail shopping for crystals or whatever, this afternoon is the last chance you have until Saturday the 18th. I hope until then, I know I'm going to have a great time and I'm going to be experiencing many blessings. I hope that you all have many blessings.